Okay, so before I start comparing these mice, I just want to make it clear from the start that this video is based only on their specifications and there was no practical comparison because I do not own the G Pro Wireless. But what is very interesting when I got deeper into the details of the G Pro Wireless is that they are very similar to the G305, which I do own. Now both of these mice are wireless and offer great performance in gaming, but the question is, should you spend $100 more for the G Pro? Let's have a look at these points and see if these justify the price of the G Pro Wireless. We'll be comparing these mice in their DPI, sensor, price, design and weight, and connectivity. Okay, so the Logitech G305 offers a max DPI of 12,000 DPI resolution with 5 different profiles, while the G Pro Wireless features a max DPI of up to 16,000 DPI resolutions, and with the new update you will get 25,000 DPI. And the moment you think, well, that's 9,000 DPI more on the G Pro. I know it's supposed to read more accurately the movement of your mouse, but there are hundreds of professional esports players who use a mouse that has 12,000 DPI. Because 12,000 DPI is more than enough. Most of the competitive players in the pro scene, and especially in the FPS games, today they set their mouse DPI to either on 400 or 800 DPI. Now that does not mean that you need to buy a mouse that has only 800 DPI, because the greater the number of DPIs, the higher will be the mouse sensitivity and the faster is the pointer speed. But 12,000 is absolutely more than enough, and you won't be seeing any kind of a big difference in sensitivity or pointer speed. The optical sensor. Now this is really amazing and confusing at the same time, because the precision technology is one of the most important points when buying a mouse. But in this case we have the same sensor used on the G305 and on the G Pro Wireless mouse, which is called the Hero. The performance of these mice should be quite similar to each other, and you won't be noticing any flickering or smoothing with these mice. Okay, so the price, and by now you already know that there is a huge difference between the price of the G305 and G Pro Wireless. The G305 costs $50 and the G Pro Wireless costs $150, and this is what got me interested when I wanted to buy the G Pro Wireless, and I decided to look deeper into this comparison so I can see what the $100 more is going to get you. Okay, so when it comes to design, I think it would be unfair to compare them and say which one is better, because this is really up to a personal preference, but I think overall the G Pro Wireless has a better shape because it is a medium shape sized mouse, so it can fit a medium and bigger hand size, while the G305 has a smaller size. But if it's up to me, I don't find it really problematic to get used to a new mouse when it comes to their size. I think I can adjust to any size. But of course I understand that is not the case with everyone. I first used the Gigabyte XM300, I sometimes use the Bangzhou Z812, and I also have SteelSeries 3. It doesn't really matter to me, I can just pick one of them and start a game without a problem. Okay, so Logitech G305 weighs at 99 grams with AA battery. Logitech G Pro Wireless weighs at 80 grams, which has a built-in battery, but you could lower the weight on the G305 if you replace the battery with AAA battery down to 89 grams, which makes it just 10 grams heavier than the G Pro Wireless, but that means you could sacrifice some battery life, so it's really up to you. Connectivity. Another thing in common between the G305 and G Pro Wireless is that both of them are equipped with the same wireless connectivity, which is called Lightspeed. Logitech said that Lightspeed wireless connectivity is the fastest wireless connection in the market, and a majority of gamers, I think, agree with that statement. So both of these mice will have a very strong connection and there is no chance of lagging or stuttering. And I can agree with that for the G305 based on my experience. Now, when it comes to battery life, the G305 is offering up to 250 hours on a single AA battery, while the G Pro can last for nearly 48 hours on a single charge. Based on my experience with the G305, which I use it every day, I changed the battery in almost like 3 or 4 months. Clearly, you guys can guess who the king is when it comes to battery life. Okay, my final thoughts. If we go briefly about the points I made, the facts stand like this. Design, it goes to the G Pro, but I think I made a point there for the design preference. Weight, the G Pro Wireless weighs 10 grams less than the G305. Optical sensor, both have the same sensor, which is called Hero. DPI, 9,000 DPI more on the G Pro, which we mentioned earlier. And battery life clearly goes to the G305, and connectivity, They both have Lightspeed, which is the same technology used on both mice. So what should you do? Should you just go ahead and buy the G Pro Wireless, or save $100 and buy the G305? Did the points that we mentioned are good enough to spend the extra $100 on the G Pro, or they are not? In my opinion, I think for $100 more, the G Pro Wireless should have had more features and more advanced technology than the G305. Okay guys, so let me know what you think. You agree or disagree with these points? If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and sub if you want more content like this. Have a good one. Peace.